Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. We are so happy to have you all here as we get to celebrate Shabbat and also celebrate as a young man is becoming bar mitzvah. He's not having one, he is becoming one. Because the word bar mitzvah, bar is son and mitzvah is commandment. So son of the commandments. That's why he is becoming a bar mitzvah. He's not having a son of the commandments. That was mom 13 years ago. But today, it's such an honor to be able to share this beautiful day of Shabbat, this day of rest that God has given to us, allowing us to disconnect from things so that way we can connect with one another. So speaking of disconnecting, if you have a cell phone, if you're a doctor who has a pager, because I think it's only doctors who still have pagers, go ahead and make sure, please, that they are in the silent position. So that way we can hear the music. Oh, somebody just got pinged. So that way we get to hear the music that we are all going to create in this wonderful moment. And also, I want to be able to first say, welcome, Shabbat Shalom, to those of you who are streaming in. I know that Aunt Mary Lou and Aunt Frances in Arizona, Shabbat Shalom. We are glad you are streaming in. And with a huge time difference, all of the family from South Africa, Shabbat Shalom. We welcome you as well. And there might be a couple of guests in Hawaii if they're awake. I don't know. But we welcome everybody who's streaming into our services as well. And we're glad that you're here. So with that, let us warm up our voices and prepare ourselves for a wonderful Shabbat morning. Cantor.
We join in this melody known as a nigun. This is a melody that has no specific words, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we sing on the syllables yelalai. So we will warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice. Let's all join in and sing with a smile. Yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla 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 la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. La 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 la, 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 ya la la la.
So throughout our service, Gavin is going to be leading us in Shabbat worship. Now, he is leading us. This is not a performance. That means we're all going to be participating. So that means I need to tell you how we are all going to be participating so that you can join along with us. So first of all, we'll be using our prayer books. They are directly in front of you. Those of you in the front row, they are underneath your seats right there. So we're going to be using our prayer books called Mishkan Tefillah. All right, so Gavin's friends who are back here, hello guys, Shabbat Shalom. What do you notice about these prayer books? They're backward, exactly, all right. So why are they backward? Don't worry, it was not a printing mistake. It's because Hebrew is read from right to left as opposed to left to right in English, okay? So therefore, the prayer book is going to open the opposite way of an English prayer book, or an English book. Open it up to any page in the middle, all right? Just anywhere you go where you can find some Hebrew. You're going to notice in your prayer books there that you have one column. The column on the right-hand side has the Hebrew letters. And on the left-hand side, it's English letters, but it's called transliteration. It allows us to, if we're not able to read the Hebrew, to be able to follow along with the English characters and sound out the Hebrew. So that way, it's accessible to everybody. Directly below that, then, will be the translation, the actual translation of that blessing. Sometimes, though, we will see interpretations, alternative readings, then on the opposite page. Now, your prayer books there all have the transliteration. This is Gavin's prayer book. And Gavin's prayer book, first of all, it's a different color, and it's much thicker than the ones that you have. And that is because his prayer book is the full Mishkan Tefillah, which means it's not only for Shabbat, but it's for weekday services as well as some holidays. Not the high holy days that are actually starting this evening with Slichot, but the other holidays like Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuot. So his prayer book, because first of all, it's a little bit different, with his Hebrew, he does not have the transliteration. So he just has the Hebrew within it. So he's been studying for a long time to be able to read the Hebrew. And also, because it is the full version of Mishkan Tefillah, you're going to notice on your pages at the bottom, there are two sets of page numbers. Page numbers in black and page numbers in blue. Those of you who were here last night, we were calling out the page numbers that were in the black. This morning, we're going to be using the page numbers that are in blue. That's because it will then coordinate with Gavin's prayer book here. So when he's calling out the page numbers that are in his book, look for the ones that are in blue in your prayer book, and then we'll all be on the same page together. So that's a good thing. Here you go, my friend. Throughout the service also, Gavin's going to lead us in music along with the cantor, and he's going to want you to participate. Please do. Sing along with him. If you don't know the words, you're not able to get the Hebrew out, that's okay. Lai works very well. So feel free to join along and singing with Gavin throughout, as well as reading some of the English translations and so forth when he invites us to do so. Also, there'll be times that we will stand. It's a way of showing respect before God, and you'll notice some different choreography as well, which includes bowing in humble reverence before God. So you'll see all of that happening as well. Finally, there's what we wear. So we have the kippah, the yarmulke, the head covering that reminds us of God's presence all around us and helps us be able to be centered in our prayer in these moments of prayer. And then we also have the talit, the prayer shawl. Okay, now the prayer shawl, the talit, it's not so much about the actual talit itself, but we are commanded to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. These are called tzitzit. What's the purpose of these? Well, Torah teaches us to put fringes on the corners of our garments, that when we look at them, we are to remember that there are 613 commandments in the Torah, not just 10. All right, the 10 were the top 10, the one on the tablets. All right, but the 613 are throughout the Torah. In fact, there's quite a few of them, even in this week's parashah of Ki Tavo. And so when we look upon these fringes, we're to remember them. We're reminded to study them. We're remembered to even challenge them and ask, what do they teach us today in our world, especially because some of them have to do with the time when the temple stood in Jerusalem, but it's no longer there. So how have we adapted our Judaism, our connection to Jewish life in different ways throughout the ages? So when a young woman becomes a bat mitzvah, when Megan became a bat mitzvah a couple years ago, she received her first talit. I say first because you can have many. They come in all sorts of colors, shapes, sizes, and materials. It's awesome. Then, when a young man becomes a bar mitzvah, he too receives his very first talit. So it is my honor to call forward to present him with his talit. Gavin, why don't you come on over? Milton and Marcia Solomon, Marty and Lynette Greenbaum, if you all will go ahead and come on up to give Gavin his talit.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef bat tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, eternal soul of the universe, for making us holy and commanding us to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. Thank you very much. Mazel tov to each of you. We give thanks for all of our blessings, and so we turn in our prayer books to page 186 as Gavin and Cantor lead us in Modeh Moda Ani.
Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך.
This morning will be filled with so many wonderful blessings, and it is now my honor to call forward the sister of our bar mitzvah, Megan, to offer her own blessings for her brother. Yeah, why don't you say that?
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan, Gavin's sister. Reach for the stars, so if you fall, you can land on the clouds. You know who said that? Kanye West. Gavin, you made it, dude. My not-so-little brother's all grown up. I really can't believe how mature you are. I'm so proud of you, and especially proud of you today. You worked so hard to get here, and it really shows. I just want you to know how much love and pride I have for you. But before I get to that, I thought I would share some of my favorite things about you. Gavin, you truly are one of the funniest people I know. You're much funnier than I care to admit, so make sure you heard that because it's never coming out of my mouth again. You have come so far with your music, and I can honestly say you're a very talented musician. Keep shredding on that guitar, dude, but tone it down on the drums. I only have one set of eardrums. Your ability to play video games for hours on end amazes and concerns me. I admire your determination to get things done and your personability among your peers and the people around you. I'm so excited to watch you grow into the young man you're becoming, and I'm even more excited to help you along the way, whether it be with homework, which shirt to wear with which pants, and life lessons from your big sister. I may know a thing or two. I have 3 years on you. It seems like just yesterday that we were playing with your spaceship and truck toys and I was dressing you up and putting makeup on you. For the record, never once did I ever have to force Gavin to be dressed up. He always was more than willing, so. But for real, to think that 13 years ago, I came to the hospital with the babysitter to see you for the first time is crazy. If I would have known this is what I was getting myself into, I would have asked for a gift receipt. I hope you know how proud I am to call you my brother and how much I really do love you. And as Drake once said, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Thank you.
We turn now to page 224, as we join together, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכנו ויומכנו וחיי כל בית ישראל בהגלה ובזמן קריב במהרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם ועלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירם יעלמה וימהרו אמן.
As we turn now to page 226, please rise for Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, ose shalom uvorei et hakol. Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha berachamim. Uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid. Ma'aseh v'reshit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai. Kulam bechokma asita. Mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu. Al shevat ma'aseh yadecha. Ve'al me'orei or she'asita. Yefaru selah. Yefaru selah.
Or Chadash al Sion Tahir. 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 V'nizke kulanu meher
Please join me on page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and light blinded we saw, that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, chabocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Please be seated. Oh, Shema. I was wrong.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We continue chanting together the Ve'ahavta on page 234. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam livanecha, vidibarta bam, beshivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshokbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vechayu letotaifot beineinecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'etem kedoshim lelolechem. Ani Adonai elolechem asher chotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lichiot lachem lelochim. Ani Adonai elolechem. We continue on page 240 singing Mi Chamocha.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'etav hakodesh, nora tehilot osei v'helem, nora tehilot osei v'helem. שירה חדשה שיבחו גבולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la la, ya la la la. Su Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, ufedechenu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go'aleinu Adonai Tzivaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'a Yisrael.
Amen.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Agi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo ve'Ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magid Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai,
Mechayeh hakol atav rav
Hoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neheman atzar lachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kishem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, V'kara ze el ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz, Kevodo. Ahadir Adirenu Adonai Adonenu Mahadir Shimcha Bechol Haaretz,
Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo.
Echad Hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu Vehu Yashmienu, Berachamav Lehnei Kol Chai, Ani Adonai Elohechem,
Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Hixion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah.
Ledor Vador Nagid Golecha, Ulenetzach Nitzachim Krusharcha Nagdish, Veshivchacha Eloheinu, Mipinu Lo Yamush Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We join together at the bottom of page 250 as we sing Vishamru. השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue on page 252. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, ritzei v'imnuchatenu, kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, sabenu mituvecha, v'samchenu bishuatecha, v'techer libenu la'avdecha be'emet. V'tein lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodshecha. Ve'yanuchu va Yisrael mikadesh shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha-Shabbat. We continue on page 254. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Utfilatam be'ahava tikabel, uthi laratzon tamid. Avodat Yisrael amecha al karov lechol korav. Penei el avadecha v'chanenu shefoch ruchacha Eloheinu. V'techezena einenu b'shuvcha litzion berachamim. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechinchata litzion. Please join me on page 256.
Adonai Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, atahu Shalom, Tova. חן וחסד, חן וחסד ורחמים. חן וחסד, חן וחסד ורחמים, ורחמים. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה.
We continue in silent meditation.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri vegoali. Yehiyu liratzon imrei pi, vehiyon libi lefanecha. Yehiyu liratzon imrei pi, vehiyon libi lefanecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri vegoali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri vegoali.
So we now move into the part of our service, which is our Torah service. And so I have to take things off of the desk here, so that way in a few moments we can take out our Torah scroll, which is a pretty big scroll, and be able to place it here before us. So that way we get to read from it and learn from it and chant from it and invite many people to participate in its blessings and reading of the English translation and so forth. But what is Torah? Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, all contained within one scroll. Now earlier when we went and opened the Ark doors, you notice that we had 5 Torah scrolls that are in there. Usually we have 6. But our sixth Torah scroll is actually right now in a workshop in Florida at Sofer on site. It is our Czech Torah scroll. It is a Torah scroll that was saved after World War II from the Holocaust, along with hundreds and hundreds of others, over 1,000 of them, were saved during the time of the Holocaust and were distributed to congregations like ourselves around the world, so that way we would care for them and always remember the past generations who are no longer, the past generations who unfortunately their lives were ended way too soon. Their community is destroyed. But we have these Torah scrolls that we hold on to, and we say how important it is to carry it from generation to generation. And so our Torah scroll is over 300 years old, and it's had lots of different damage to it over that time. And so it's being fully restored, and we'll be back here actually in November. So it'll be whole and complete once again, that we'll be able to actually read from it. But each Torah scroll that is in our ark has a story as well. Maybe not as in-depth, maybe not as intense as our Czech Torah scroll, but the Torah scroll on the top, it's from the Middle East, it's from Iraq actually, and it's in its own case there. It's a Sephardic Torah scroll, and even the parchment is a little bit different. The Torah scrolls then range anywhere from 150 years old to 14 years old. Our Torah Sholom, which is a scroll that we will be reading from this morning, is our newest one. Each Torah scroll, while it tells its own story because of its age and where it came from, along with who wrote it, each one is exactly the same, however. It has the exact same letters, words, stories, laws contained within it. You see, because we are told that every single Torah scroll has to be written down the exact same way, every letter, every word, every sentence, and it's passed on from generation to generation. So while it is written exactly the same way, though, Torah is called an Eitz Chayim, a tree of life. Why is it called that? Well, a tree of life, a tree is living, it's growing, it changes, it evolves. So too do these stories, from the story of creation to the stories of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. The stories of the Israelites being slaves in Egypt and then leaving and moving toward the promised land, toward Israel. And everything in between. All of those stories there, they tell our history. They remind us of who we are and where we came from. They give us our laws. Remember I said earlier, 613 commandments within it. But we get to ask a very important question. While these words have been written down for 3,000 years, passed on from generation to generation, how do we understand them today? We are a very different Jewish community than the Israelites who were wandering through the desert who first received Torah. We are a very different Jewish community of even 300 years ago when our Czech Torah scroll was first written. We are a different Jewish community than even 50 years ago or even 75 years ago when our congregation began. Because we always ask, we take the foundation of our text and we say, what does it mean for us today? How do we interpret its words while they're exactly the same? How do we understand them? How do we embrace them? How do we wrestle with them even and say, I don't know if I totally agree with this. And why? That's what we get to do with Torah. That's why it's living. It's exciting. Today's Torah portion of Ki Tavo is in the book of Deuteronomy. It's getting toward the end of the book of Deuteronomy. We are almost done reading Torah. And today, Gavin will be called to Torah for the first time publicly as a bar mitzvah, fulfilling the responsibility of not only leading Shabbat services, of not only reading from Torah, but he fulfills the responsibility of also being our teacher. So today, not only will Gavin be reading and chanting from Torah, but he's going to be our teacher, helping us understand how we might look at this week's Torah portion of Ki Tavo in a new light, in his light, and a light that maybe we can all learn something and grow from as well. So let us begin this wonderful journey of our study of Torah. page 362 in our prayer books.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
As I mentioned throughout our Torah service, we will have a number of individuals who will be participating with us in this wonderful journey. So I'd like to invite forward to stand here before our bima, passing Torah from one generation to the next. Milton and Marcia Solomon, along with Marty and Lynette Greenbaum. Of course, with Sean and Aaron Solomon, followed by Gavin. So you're going to go right down here on the floor, right in front of us. Yeah, right down there. Perfect. And then, that's okay. It's good to have you up here, too. Come toward the middle. There you go. And then I'd like to acknowledge, so the Torah, it has a Torah cover and it has a binder. And so those who are going to be holding on to that in a little bit are going to be Dylan and Tyler Solomon, along with Sienna Sheffer. You guys are going to help us in a little bit after we do our hakafah. We're going to be taking our Torah scroll out in a moment, passing it from generation to generation, and then we're going to take it and we're going to march through the congregation with it. Why do we do that? It is this beautiful reminder that Torah belongs to each and every one of us, and it is all of our responsibilities to be able to learn and to grow from it. And so you'll notice some people may take their prayer books or their prayer shawls, and they may reach out and kiss it as it passes by. We don't worship Torah, rather do we honor Torah. And so let us go ahead and open our ark doors along with Rachel and Joe Lederer and Teresa and Greg Whitehouse. If you'll come up and join us and open up our ark doors here. There we go. And we invite everyone to please rise.
Av harachamim Heitiva vitzonecha et Zion, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Ki v'chol levad batachnu, Melech el Ram v'nisa Adon olamim.
Page 364, Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadelu Adonai iti.
It is the blessing of Torah passed on from one generation to the next, given from hand to hand, lesson to lesson, that each of you have been bearers of Torah and have taught these wonderful lessons to each generation and given this wonderful gift. So today, Sean, Aaron, the two of you give this wonderful gift to your son. Here you go, Gavin. It's all yours. May its weight, keep you rooted in all that you are, but also may it always lift you up and inspire you as we walk in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagidula v'hagvivula v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'ha'od Gibor b'shamayim uva'aretz Gibor b'shamayim uva'aretz Lecha Adonai הממלכה מעמית נעשה לכל ראש על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
All right. So, for those of you who would like to, if you would like to come up and see the Torah scroll, I want to invite you to come on up. So if you want to come up and see a Torah scroll up close and personal, and we'll share a little bit about what the Torah is. And I'm going to invite you guys to go ahead and close the ark doors. Thank you very much. Thank you. So come on up. Don't be shy. If you're not, you can go ahead and be seated. Come on up. There you go. Hey, Sienna, you want to come up here and help me? Would you like to come up? Here, let's get this for Sienna. There we go. I got a special stool right there for you, kiddo. Okay, because I have a job for you. I have a very important job for you, my friend. Can you do me a favor? Hang on. Can you hold this for me? That's your job as one of my Torah people, okay? Thank you, Sienna. All right. Hang on, I'm going to go just a little bit more. Bing. Okay, perfect. Hello. All right, I'm going to give you a job now, too. You're going to hold this one. There you go. Mikey. All right, there we go. I have no idea who is, but I like him already. All right. Hi, guys. You can come closer. Come on. I don't bite often. Just a little. Okay. All right. So we're not going to drop it. I promise. But don't hurt the guitar. Careful of the guitar back there. Hi. You can come up forward right here. All right. Perfect. So this is our Torah scroll. Now, Torah is written on parchment. Parchment comes from a kosher animal. Kosher animal has to have two things: split hooves and chews its cud. Okay? Do you know what chewing its cud is?
No clue.
Not a clue? Okay, so when you eat, you swallow, goes down into your stomach. There's this wonderful acid in there, breaks it all down. You know, it's really awesome. Guess what? Cows don't have that. So you know what they do? They chew it, they swallow it, and then they bring it back up again. They chew it some more. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, I know. It's so awesome. It's amazing. Yeah. So we'll stop talking about that now because we want lunch. All right. So Mikey's like, oh, great. I'm standing right here. All right. So that's what you need for a kosher animal. All right. So a cow is kosher, sheep, lamb, things like that. They're all kosher. A pig is not kosher. It has split hooves, but it doesn't chew its cud. All right. A camel is not kosher. It chews its cud, but it has toes, not hooves. So you got to really pay attention to your animals. Hi. I want copies of those really cool pictures. All right, so it is also handwritten, okay? It is, so a scribe is going to sit down with a quill, which is a feather, and ink, and the ink is also all natural. So the ink is going to be made from gallnuts, which are places within a tree where a wasp has laid its eggs and then creates kind of this sac. And so they take the gallnut there and then they grind up that along with some other ingredients as well. They boil it, cool it, boil it, cool it. It takes about a year to make ink. And the important reason why it takes so long is you want that ink to last as long as possible. And so, I told you we got a Torah scroll that's being repaired right now, but a lot of it has remained intact. Even that ink that has been there for over 300 years, you can still see it. It's very clear. This is a little bit newer. This is 14 years. So Sienna. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure, though, we don't want to touch. Here, listen. This is really important because you're gonna show what we need to here in Sienna in just a second. So because of the ink is all natural, we don't want to use our fingers. Like when we learn how to read, we go ahead and we follow along with our fingers, so we keep track. If we did that all the time, the oils in our fingers would break down the ink that's on the page. So we use this really cool thing. What's that look like, guys?
A finger.
A finger, exactly. What's that finger doing? Yeah, it's pointing. Good job. All right, it's pointing. This is the way that we get a point in Judaism. Use a yad. By the way, yad means hand. How convenient. So we use this to help us follow along. Okay, so this is what we use instead of our fingers, so we don't worry about taking the ink off. The other thing is, so if a scribe makes a mistake, by the way, he or she has to make sure to scrape off that letter completely and then rewrite it. If they're not able to do that, do you know what they have to do? What, Gavin?
They start over from the beginning.
From the very beginning of what?
Of that portion.
Of that page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they mess up, they're at the end of the page over there and they can't correct it, they have to redo the entire page, not the entire Torah, because the pages are, by the way, sewn together. So there's sections. This one has, I think, has 4 columns per page. So they have to start all over. Now, the ink is also really shiny right there because there's one last ingredient that is in the ink that makes it nice and shiny. Anybody have any idea what it could possibly be? No idea? No? There's a song that goes with it. Sweet as...
Oh.
Yes, there you go. So honey is the last ingredient in there. So that Torah should be really sweet. That learning Torah should be sweet on our lips. Don't lick the Torah, though. Not a good idea. I'm kidding. You're not really. It's good. So, all right. Finally, I don't know about you, but if I try to write on paper that has no lines on it, right? Okay. Pretty amazing. It looks like there's no lines, huh? But there are. Look closely, Mikey. This is your test. You ready? Do you see the lines?
I do.
You do. I'm so glad. Okay, you ready for this? Here's the next part of your test. The letters. Are they hanging or sitting on the lines? Look carefully. This is the top of a letter. This is the bottom of a letter. Yeah, you had a 50-50 chance. Nice job. All right. Whoops, hi there. All right, so they are hanging from the line. There's a story, there's a midrash about this. It says that line that the scribe etches into the Torah to keep everything nice and straight and even, that line represents the division between heaven and earth. The letters are all of us, are the people. And so that idea of there on the line, we are always, bye, Sam, you're going to go down? Bye, sweetheart. Thank you for your help. They are, that means that we are, oh, thank you, we're always striving toward more holiness, striving toward God. And so that's the reason why the letters hang from the lines. There you go. Any questions? No? Yeah? No? Okay. About how long do you think it takes to write a Torah scroll? Because it's handwritten, by the way. You cannot put this through a printer. How long does it take, Gavin?
1 year.
There you go. Awesome job. Okay, some scribes might be much faster at it, but they give themselves an entire year because it's handwritten. You can't put it through a printer. You have to do it letter by letter. All right, well, thank you all very, very much. You all may go back to your seats. Will you guys take those back to your seats as well? Okay, and then when I need them later, I will grab them back. Cool, thank you. All right. So, hi.
I took a small guess that I don't get to sit.
You gotta go take a break.
Oh, I did get a break.
Yeah, I know, enjoy. Yay! Sitting? All right, Cantor.
For our first Aliyah, chanting the blessing, Trevor Solomon, Tuvia ben Chaim, and Lauren Solomon, Ahuva Bat Michal David Vipesha Merem. Reading from Torah will be Rabbi Cohen. Reading the English translation, Cindy Sheffer, Shana Bat Tuvia V'Ahuva, Randy Sheffer, Ronan ben Elon, and Dean Solomon, Avraham ben Tuvia V'Ahuva. Ya'amdu l'aliyah harishona.
Thank you. Perfect. You gonna come join us too? Fantastic. Do you want your stool back? Yeah? Okay. You got it. Okay. Are you gonna hold it for me too like you did before? Because that was really helpful. I'm gonna need that. Okay. All right, so, Dad, if you want to take your seat right there and touch it to the first word, V'haya. It's showing honor to Torah right there, and give that a kiss. Perfect. We're going to close this again really quick, and here are the blessings. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah. Amen. Okay, Sienna, here you go. Got that for me? Thank you. Amen. V'haya ki tavo el haaretz asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha nachala v'rishta v'yashavta ba v'lakachta mereshit kol pari ha'adama asher tavi me'artzecha asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach v'samta v'atene v'halachta el hamakom asher yivchar Adonai Elohecha l'shaken shemo sham uvata el hakohen asher yiyeh beyamim hahem v'amarta elav higadati hayom l'Adonai Elohecha kivati el haaretz asher nishba asher nishba Adonai lavotenu latet lanu v'lakach hakohen hatener miyadecha v'hi nicho lifnei Mizbach Adonai Elohecha. There we go. We're going to do the English first. So who's doing their English? So, all right. Okay, Cindy, Randy, and Dean. Oh, no, baby can come up. Absolutely. There you go. Hey, guys.
This is what you should do when you enter the land that Adonai your God is giving you as a heritage. When you occupy it and settle it, you shall take a portion of every first harvest of the soil from the land that Adonai your God is giving you.
Then you shall put it in a basket and go to the place where Adonai your God chooses to establish his name. You shall go to the priest in charge at that time and say to him, I acknowledge this day before Adonai your God that I have entered the land which Adonai promised to ancestors to give to us. Then the priest shall take the basket from your hand and place it before the altar of Adonai your God.
מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Yasher koach.
Yasher koach.
Yasher koach.
Thank you, Yasher koach.
Adorable.
For our second aliyah, chanting the blessing, Martin Greenbaum, Matityahu Asher Ben Leib V'nechama. Reading the English translation, Lynette Greenbaum, Leah Devora, Bat Chaim Vitzipa Malka. Ya'amdu l'aliyah hashenit.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech olam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ve'anita ve'amarta lifnei Adonai Elohecha Arami oved avi va'yered Mitzrayma va'yagor sham bimtei me'at va'hisham legoy gadol atzum v'rav va'yarehu otanu hamitzrim va'yanunu Vayitnu aleinu avodah kasha, vanitzak el Adonai Elohei avotenu, vayishma Adonai et kolenu, vayar et onyenu, vet amalenu vet lachatzenu. Vayotzienu Adonai mimitzrayim, biyad chazaka uvizro anetuya, uvmorad gadol, uvotot umofetim. Vayivienu el hamakom hazeh, vayiten lanu et haaretz hazot, eretz zavat chalav udevash, ve'ata hine heveiti et reshit peri adama, asher natata li Adonai, vehinachto lifnei Adonai Elohecha, vehishtachavita lifnei Adonai Elohecha.
You shall then recite the following before Adonai our God. My father was a wandering Armenian. He went down in Egypt with meager numbers, sojourned there. And there he became great and populous nation. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They made us do heavy labor. So we cried Adonai, the God of our ancestors. And Adonai heard plea and swore our plight, our misery and our oppression. Adonai felt us from Egypt and might hand us in the outstretched arm. With the awesome power and with the pretense, he brought us to this place and gave us to this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And thus I bring the first fruits of the soul, which you, O Eternal One, have given being. Then you shall set down the basket and bow low before Adonai your God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher bachar banu lanu torato et met v'chayei l'olam nata beto chaninu baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you, Yasher koach. For our third aliyah, chanting the blessing, Milton Solomon, Moshe ben Aharon Vezelma, and Marcia Solomon, Miriam bat Hirsch Vechana. Reading from Torah will be Gavin. Reading the English translation, Sean Solomon, Zalman ben Moshe Miriam, and Aaron Solomon Ariela Bat Avraham Bisaram Ya'amdu Laliyah Hashlishit.
Gavin, you're going to point at that word. This way. Perfect.
Yeah, this one. Actually, why don't you mark it for them?
With your tzitzit,
Yeah.
Gavin.
Yeah, you can do it for them. Got it. All right.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachabanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. You have to just hang on to the end there.
V'samachta v'chol chatov asher natan lecha Adonai Elohecha u'veitecha ata v'cha Levi v'cha ger asher b'kirbecha ki techalech laser et kol ma'asar tevuatecha bashana hashlishit shenat hamaaser v'natata la Levi la ger la yatom v'la almana ve'achelu vishurecha v'saveu ve'amarta lifnei Adonai Elohecha bi'arti hakodesh min chabayit ve'gam netativ la Levi ve'la ger la yatom ve'la almana kechol mitzvotav asher tzivitani lo avarti mi mitzvotecha ve'lo shachachti.
Asher koach.
You shall rejoice because of all the bounty that Adonai has bestowed upon you and your household, you, the Levite, and the stranger in your midst, and when you have set aside in full 1/10 of your harvest in the third year, the year of the tithe, give it to the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, and the widow, that they may eat their fill in your settlements. Then you shall declare before Adonai, your God, I have cleared out the consecrated portion from this house, and I have given it to the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, and the widow. Just as you commanded me, I have neither transgressed nor neglected any of your commandments.
You're going to mark the word.
Your last word.
You can find it. Let's mark it right here. Right there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torot emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you, Yasher koach.
So, just a moment ago, Gavin read from Torah. However, he was acting as an agent for reading Torah. So everybody is commanded to read from Torah, but not everybody is able to read from Torah. So what we do is we appoint an agent to do that for us. So when you do the blessing, it's as if you fulfilled the mitzvah of reading Torah. So just then, Gavin was helping his family to read Torah by being their agent. But now, because we didn't call him by his Hebrew name before, but now we are going to formally call Gavin to fulfill this mitzvah of reading Torah.
יעמוד הבחור הבר מצווה, גבריאל בן זלמן ואריאל אל עלייה התורה.
Baruch hu et Adonai Chamavorach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Chamavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Sichon melech Heshbon ve'og melech Habashan likratenu lamilchama vanakem vanikach et artzam vanitenach lenachala La Ruveni, Vilagadi, Vilachatzi, Shevet, Ha-Menashi, Ushmartem, Et Divrei, Chaberit, Hazot, Vasitam, Otam, Leman, Taskilu, Eit kol asher ta'asun. When you reached this place, King Sichon of Heshbon and King Og of Bashan came out to engage us in battle, but we defeated them. We took their land and gave it to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh as their heritage. Therefore, observe faithfully all the terms of this covenant, that you may succeed in all your undertake. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'telchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Mazel tov. Give a hug to mom and dad. There you go. Thank you. Not yet, almost. Mazel tov. Stay right there. Okay. Stay right there. That's good. Because while we have the Torah before us, we recite a Mishaberach for those who are in need of healing. So please think about those who are in need of healing of body and spirit as we offer this blessing for all of them. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. Hu yavarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed all of our ancestors bless and heal all of those who are ill. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. As we turn once again to our prayer books, as we're going to lift the Torah for our Hagbah on page 370, and we invite everyone to please rise.
Push down, go underneath that.
Vezot haTorah asher
sa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
Kevin Solomon, if you'll come up, Dylan and Tyler.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. You guys can go back to your seat. Yeah.
The Haftarah for Parshat Ki Tavo is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14 through 22. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divrechem Hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai Chabocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'Invi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek v'chalchu elayich shechoach b'nei mi'anayich ve'achelu al kapot raglayich kol mena'atzayich ve'karu lach ir Adonai Tzion Kedosh Yisrael. Bowing before you shall come the children of those who tormented you. Prostrate at the soles of your feet shall be those who reviled you, and you shall be called City of Adonai, Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas you have been forsaken, rejected, with none passing through, I will make you a pride everlasting, a joy for age after age. You shall eat royally, and you shall know that I, Adonai, am your Savior. I, the mighty one of Jacob, am your Redeemer. Instead of copper, I will bring gold. Instead of iron, I will bring silver. Instead of wood, copper. And instead of stone, iron. And I will appoint well-being as your government, prosperity as your officials. The cry, violence, shall no more be heard in your land, nor rack and ruin within your borders, as you shall name your walls victory and your gates renown. No longer shall you need the sun for light by day, nor the shining of the moon for riddance by night. For Adonai shall be your light. Everlasting your God shall be your glory. Your sun shall set no more, your moon no more withdraw. For your glory, for Adonai shall be light to you forever. And your days of mourning shall be ended, and your people, all of them righteous, shall possess the land for all time. They are the shoot that I planted, my handiwork in which I glory. The smallest shall be a clan, the least a mighty nation. I, Adonai, will speed it in due time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sur kol haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Eloheinu likdusha Velim Nucha, Lechovod, Ultifaret, Al Hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu Modim Lach, Umevarchim Otach, Yitbarach Shimcha, Befi Kol Chai, Tamid Leolam Va'ed, Baruch Ata Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Yashakah. We were just agreeing with you on that. When you said Baruch Atah Adonai, we said, Baruch Shemo. I know. Because we were agreeing with you, and that was that Amen was. And you know what else we were agreeing with you? What a beautiful and wonderful reading of Torah and Haftarah. Yashakah. Nice job. So now we are going to return our Torah to the Ark as we are going to turn to page 374. We'd like to invite everyone to please rise.
Hodu al-Eretz v'shamayim vayarem keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al tazovu. Etz chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomchei hameushar terachei hadarchei noam v'chon netivotei hashalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh chadesh yameinu chadesh yameinu kekedem.
I know. Don't go anywhere though. This one.
I'm going to quickly be honest. This is the harder part. This is harder than reading the Hebrew. And this is in English. Because I wrote it. Responsibility is definitely one of the most important traits for anybody and everybody. I have learned it in so many ways, and one of the best ones is having to step up. Last year as a 6th grader, I made the decision to throw myself out and run for 6th grade vice president. And this came with many responsibilities and effort to get there. In this week's Torah portion, Ki Tavo, it is time for the Israelites to finally take responsibility for their moment of entering the Holy Land. After wandering the desert for 40 years, they have been freed from Egyptian slavery by God, and now, as they travel, a new generation of Israelites emerges. It is at this time that Moses is giving this new generation his final lesson before he sends them to settle in Israel. They will hear all of the blessings and curses that will take place because of their actions. Moses teaches them how to properly set up the first altar and what to offer God. Or in other words, Moses is giving them the truth about the good and bad consequences that will come if they choose to obey him. He is teaching them about how to understand that they are being trusted with God's holy promise, his land to his people. Let's focus on the idea of responsibility, and in more detail, the actions we take and how we choose them. Just like the Israelites had to choose to obey God and be good people following all the commandments of the Torah, today we have the choice to either follow the law and be functioning citizens of society, or not follow the law, making bad choices. There are many choices we make in life. Choices like how we do our work in school, how we accomplish our tasks at work, and how we get along with people. Throughout our lives, we learn and sometimes see firsthand the good and bad consequences in life, and that all of our actions can affect the world and others. When I wanted to get my first paintball set up, I didn't have the money at the time. I asked my parents what I could do to earn money. I started walking my dog, doing extra chores around the house, and saved up money for my birthday. I was able to achieve my goal by taking responsibility for my desire to get what I wanted. Even though we are constantly bombarded by rules and rewards, it is always important to remember responsibility. The Israelites were taught the blessings and curses in great detail, and if it weren't for the Israelites choosing to obey God, to obey the commandments, I would not have the blessing of becoming bar mitzvah today. Rules are made with thought, and in our society, they can become just like the Jewish blessings and curses. The rules of today may be different from over 2,000 years ago, but having responsibility has definitely not changed. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered in Laguna Beach to feed the homeless with my mom. We would go on Saturday mornings to feed breakfast with my mom's coworker, Becky, and her church. This taught me so much about how small acts of kindness can make a huge difference to the lives of others. It feels incredible, but one week, I felt that I wanted to do more. So I brought down my guitar. When I first took it down, I didn't really know what kind of reaction I'd get from the people, but all of them loved it. It was so amazing that some of them would be able to sing along or just sit there and listen to the music. I especially liked playing for this older gentleman who went by the name Cowboy. Now, Cowboy's pretty interesting. He's a traveler, so he's been all over the world. He loves music, and one of his favorite songs that he asked me if I could go home and learn was Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band. Every week when I saw Cowboy, he would stress the fact that in this song, there's an example of how the whole band could get involved, each having solo parts, but come together as a beautiful ensemble. It really helped me understanding the importance of balance in life. Becoming bar mitzvah is so many amazing things, because in the great words of our Rabbi Cohen, becoming bar mitzvah is how you do Jewish. As I've been reminded many times when I was struggling with this question, I discovered that I do Jewish in so many ways. To start, I mentioned how I fulfill the mitzvah of caring for those in need. Also, I go to Gindling Hilltop Camp, whereas the people who have seen me there know I love to sing and lead and be involved in Judaism. Next, I like to help my peers during class. I've always been on the top of my Hebrew, always raising my hand and volunteering to read, so my friends need help reading from the words of Hebrew, I love to help. Part of responsibility is also to remember that there are so many people I need to thank. And although I can't thank all of them, here are just a few. To start off, I need to start with the most important people in my journey of becoming bar mitzvah. My parents, Rabbi, Cantor, and Megan. These 5 people couldn't have prepared me for this day better. My parents love and provided for me my whole life. Rabbi and Cantor teach me and coach me on my Hebrew and my speech. Thank you so much. Megan, this is a special one. Megan helped me even when I didn't want to be helped. She put up with my complaining and my unwillingness to cooperate. She is a great and very talented sister, and for this I thank her. Second, I would like to thank my grandparents and my aunt and Uncle Marty. Without these 4 people, I don't know what I'd do. They love me unconditionally and help me whenever I need it. Or as they'll say, they also schlep me around and listen to all my stories. Third, I'd like to thank all my friends and family from school and from Temple who have helped me grow and become a person I am today. Lastly, I'd like to thank anyone who has helped me in this journey that I didn't mention. Shabbat Shalom. Yours is right.
There we go.
This isn't, oh.
There we go.
Sean.
There we go. Thank you.
Just in case I didn't know your name.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise to be short and sweet. I want to thank you all for joining us this fine Saturday morning on the occasion of Gavin's bar mitzvah. I know that many of you are here today because you are extremely fond of Gavin. Thank you for coming. I know that many of you are also here today because you are very fond of Aaron, and thank you for coming. And I know that some of you are here today because you were obliged to be here. Me too. Sorry. Thank you too. So I think that while that covers most everyone, I also want to take a special mention and thank you to Rabbi and Cantor for all they have done, and not just in the last few months with Gavin, but over the last several years. I know Gavin would have liked to take all the credit, but I think we need to set the record straight, so thank you both very much. I also want to take a moment to thank my wonderful wife, Erin. She is without question in our union the one who gets things done, and this bar mitzvah has been no exception. I won't take any attempt at taking credit because any of you who know us wouldn't believe it anyway. Lisi, I don't say it enough. I don't know if it could ever be said enough. I love you and thank you. Aw. I heard that. It was sweet. It was sweet. All right, section 1, done, check. Section 2. Gav, bar mitzvah speech writing, don't read it. Bar mitzvah speech writing 101 says that at this point I must impart lifelong wisdom and advice to you. That supposedly in the next few moments you will hear everything I say, you will process what I say, and you'll remember it for the rest of your life. Who am I kidding? So maybe I could say something to you like carpe diem. It's a line from a movie. Or how about nothing ventured, nothing gained? Or what about, I'd rather you tried and failed than never tried at all? Or perhaps, remember to put the seat up when you go and back down when you're finished. In reality, Gav, wisdom is the accumulation of the advice and your experiences over time. And I believe that Mom, myself, and many of the people in this room have until now and will continue to give you advice to guide you. But it is your job to glean from what you've been told and from your experiences and to forge your own path. And actually, that's really good advice. You should watch that portion back and remember it. All right, section 2, nailed it. I think we can go on to section 3, the third and final section, I promise. It's all about Gavin. Gav, I remember when Megan was just about this big, really. Meg was so adorable, and Mom and I used to often say, how could we ever have another child as amazing as Megan? But then you came along, and I have to be 100% honest. You are my favorite son. Gav, you are amazing. In fact, it was evident early on that you were something remarkable. By 11 months old, you started to talk, and once you found your voice, you began to soar. It was in this very room, when you were still in preschool, that you became the master of ceremonies, and not much has changed since. You're a bright, talkative, sweet, infectious, talkative young man. There has never been a person, and still isn't a person, you won't befriend. You are caring and talkative and inquisitive and talkative, and you go out of your way to make others feel welcome when you're around. You're a bold leader and you're a loyal follower. Gav, you're one of the good ones. I really believe people will be better off because of you. So, G, I think it would be fair to say that every dad on earth says and thinks his son is the greatest son in the world. But I can say, with absolute certainty, that only two people can truly make that claim, your grandfather and me. So, Gav, I'm very proud of you, and I love you, bud.
Gavin, today's the day. It's your bar mitzvah. We've been planning for this for over 3 years, since Megan had hers, and I'm very proud of you, your dedication, and your self-motivation. Your mitzvah project started out as a volunteer project to feed the homeless, but over the past several months, it has become so much more than providing nutrition for the body. You're feeding their souls. Gavin, you have a gift for connecting with people. You enjoy talking to people, finding out about them, making them feel included. Your mitzvah project was a great way to use your gift. You made a difference in several lives by your kindness, music, and treating them as genuine human beings. You also befriended so many of the volunteers, so much so that this Christian Beach Outreach asked you to share your Torah portion with them last Saturday. My wish for you is that you are always able to use your talent of connecting with others. I love you and am so very proud of you today and always. I'm going to end with these words from one of my favorite poets, Khalil Gibran, who was also my mother's favorite poet. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It's when you give of yourself that you truly give. Good job, Gavin.
Gavin, you become bar mitzvah not only amongst family and friends, but also with your whole community. And so it is our honor to present you with a few gifts. And in order to do that, I'd like to invite forward, representing our brotherhood, Mark Borove, and our sisterhood, Sarah Schweitz, and our youth group, Ari and Levi Sternshine and Adam Gonzalez, to come forward and to bestow some gifts upon you. And as they're coming up, also just a reminder, the board of directors also, they gave you your gift that you've been using this whole time of your prayer book. And a tree has been planted in your honor in Israel by Cantor Reinwald and myself. Your job is to go find it and water it. It is just really close to Megan's tree. So you guys should go together and go water it. Remember, your watering day is on Thursday. So it's very important, so get there soon. And, of course, also your certificate of becoming a bar mitzvah. It is not a driver's license, but it is a license to drive Torah. So continue driving Torah, my friend. You did really well. So, gentlemen, here you go.
Gavin, we've known each other since preschool, and I just wanted to say how proud I am of you on this special day of yours. You're always the person that gets me to laugh and puts me in a happy mood. Congrats, Gavin. I'm so happy to be your friend.
Gavin, first of all, you did great today. I remember when we met a very long time ago. You have been such a great friend since then. You're so funny and you have a great personality. Congrats.
Wow, you finally made it. I've known you now for about 5 years now, and you have been such an amazing friend to me. I cannot tell you how many times you made me laugh or even smile. You're also such a great musician. I hope you keep on playing. I am so proud of you, and you did a great job today. On behalf of the youth group, I present you with this hot dog candle.
Thank you. Hi, Gavin. Congratulations and Mazel Tov. This is a great day. It's not only a great day for you and your family, but it is also great for us. This is your extended family, the Temple Beth Sholom family. I am delighted to be here today and represent the sisterhood, the ladies of the sisterhood, the Temple Beth Sholom. We love you all. Today, you are officially a son of the commandments, okay? You know that. You worked very hard, and you did an outstanding job. You're a wonderful musician. You're a wonderful speaker, and I know that you're going to succeed. And so, the sisterhood is giving you, in a day like this, a day full of blessings and presents and parties, we're having a gift for you. This gift is a Kiddush cup, and I know you know what to do with it. You use it in good health for every good occasion. You use it this next Shabbat when you go home with your family, and then after that, when you go to college, you use it there. And then later on in graduate school, and after that, you take this Kiddush cup. You take it, and when you get married, you take it to your home, and you use it there with your own family. And this will always remember, it will always remind you of this wonderful day. It will remind you of who you are. And this parasha today, the Kitavo, Moses tells the people to remember, to always remember where they came from. And as I was reading your booklet there, I think your family came from South Africa, and some of them came from Vilna. And you were born here in California. And some of them were born in Virginia, I think, and Kentucky. And so it's a wonderful thing. And as you can tell from my accent, I was not born here. I was born in Greece. I'm a Sephardic Jew. And so I remember my father always telling me when we came to this country, he said, Sarah, I want you to remember, always remember where you came from. Do not forget. Always remember not to forget. Okay? And so my blessing to you today is, may the years ahead, Gavin, be for you full of good health, happiness, prosperity, and shalom. Mazel tov. Thank you.
Gavin, I'm representing brotherhood. But first of all I can say is, wow, the talent you have, the compassion of what you did for your mitzvah project. My son was like you, guitar player, wanted to have his band and everything else. Didn't quite work out. He's a lawyer now, so there is hope. So graduate school may be law school, you never know. My son right now is also going in bands and playing too in Chicago. And so, but I was never impressed. You just started a president cantor. I think everyone should have a guitar, and every new bar mitzvah or bar mitzvah, they should be playing. I was hoping when you did your Torah portion, you would love music at the same time.
But you're not supposed to.
Oh, new traditions. But you did a fantastic. I enjoyed it. You had fun, which is the key. Well, representing brother, this is a tzedakah box, and I'm not sure how many know what that is. It's the Jewish piggy bank. So the fact is, the money doesn't go to Gavin. It goes to a charity of his choice. And brother had started a new tradition that we want to start it off. So we have a little bit of money to put into your tzedakah box, and then get some other of your family to build up to it. Once again, I'm going to give you a hug. What the heck. Awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations.
You can just set those all right up here. Perfect. So Gavin, it is now my honor to invite you to join Cantor Reinwald and myself at the Ark along with your parents as we get to bestow upon you our blessings as well. If everyone will please rise. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to put him in the middle though. That's okay. Absolutely. Mazel tov to you on leading us in our Shabbat worship today. And yeah, how awesome to have you not only participating in the words on the page, but also the words that are in your fingers, on your guitar. That was incredible to have you give us that gift today. And you've been sharing that gift down in Laguna and sharing that with so many others. Continue to share that gift. That's what this week's Torah portion is all about there. In the very beginning we're told when you enter into the land that God is giving to you, you take the first fruits of your harvest, you put them into a big basket, and you take them there to the temple and you offer them to God. You offer the gifts of what you've done, of all of the hard work that you've done. Today, Gavin, you have made your offering of your amazing hard work, of your first fruits, of leading us in worship. Those first fruits come from not only your words, but also your heart. May you always continue to share your gift, Gavin. Remember that you have so much to teach. You have so much to sing about. You have so much to say. I think it was talks a lot. Well, you know. But you know what, Gavin? I love how you share. I love how you speak. Because you don't just speak for the sake of speaking, for the sake of talking to hear yourself. No. Gavin, you have learned to find your voice to speak for those who may not always know how to speak for themselves, or have the ability to speak for themselves, or be able to have the voice to say, please listen to me. So thank you for being that voice. Thank you for always speaking up and speaking out, and may you continue to do that work. Gavin just said to me as we came up to the Ark that the money at tzedakah box, he says, I know exactly where it's going. And you said? to the beach church, to the homeless to continue that work. How awesome. But send not only that money, continue to do that work. And by the way, take some of us down there too.
We should.
We should. Because what an amazing opportunity. So thank you. Thank you for the blessings of who you are and who you are yet to become. And now it is our honor to bless you now with words of Torah, words of our tradition that have been passed on from one generation to the next. Feel free if you want.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you, and may God be truly gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom.
Gavin, may God continue to place all of the blessings of a good and a happy and a healthy life, a life that is also, most important of all, filled with shalom, with peace. Kein yehi ratzon, may this be God's will, and let us say amen.
Amen.
So proud of you. We remain standing now as we turn in our prayer books once again for our closing prayers. Aleinu l'shabeach, page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, latzek gdula liyotzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Join me right down here as we remain standing as our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us. Yet the memory of each of them is truly a blessing today and always. We remember those who have recently departed. We remember Michael Yutkin and those whose yahrzeits we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week. Robert Apodaca, Bessie Aronson, Penina Bergman, Eileen Bischoff, David Borove, Ralph Braverman, Joseph H. Browerman, Flora Brody, Abraham I. Shea, Albert Cohan, Maurice Joseph Field, Muriel Frank, Benjamin Gibble, Samuel V. Glickson, Arthur Josell, Alex Klein, Seymour Crom, Mira Langer, Bruce Levine, Louis Lipschultz, Harry Maislish, Florence Perlman, Philip Pomerantz, Naom Reutberg, Glenn Rosen, Mildred Ross, Julia Saul, Shirley Schnee, Max Schneider, Ben Silverman, Margaret Sofka, Carl B. Weinger, Max Wolf, Irving Zappel, Ralph Zwain, and the Munich 11. If there is anyone here who's in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, or is observing a yahrzeit of a loved one whose name I have not called, I invite you as I face your direction to please share their names with us. For all of them and for all of those who have given their lives al Kiddush Hashem, for the sanctification of God's holy name. And for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we join together, page 598, Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yit Kadal, Vit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Yurtei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'elam L'omeo Maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei D'Kudusha B'richu, Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata,
tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlam arava min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say together, amen. In just a moment, we're going to join together with our closing song, and then we will join in the living room, which is there to your left, right outside, for Kiddush and a motzi in honor of Gavin becoming bar mitzvah. So there will be little cups of grape juice. We invite you to take one, but don't drink from it. We'll go ahead and come together and join in the blessings there. In the meantime, Megan, would you like to come up as well? Come on up here. We're going to invite up also Grandpa Milton, who's going to lead us in our closing song.
Oh,
On page
fantastic.
626. It's
Excellent.
a doo-wop Ein Keloheinu.
Ooh, fabulous. There we go. Yes. Hi, you going to help us out? Cool.
Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Keloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemokeinu, Mi Kemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Mokeinu, Nodel Moshienu, bam 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 badam bam 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 badam bam 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 badam bam 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 bam. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, bam 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 badam bam 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 badam bam 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 badam bam 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 bam.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.